Hey guys, welcome back. So Todd Howard had an interview earlier this afternoon and answered some of the questions we've all been asking. I'm going to play the interview at the point where they start talking about Fallout 76, then pause it when necessary to talk about what I think of some of the responses. This interview made me feel a little bit better about some things, but also worse than others. But without any further talking, let's play the video.
I wanted to, a lot of people online had a lot of questions about the game. Just so people know, it's not playable here at E3, so sort of what we saw is what we saw, right?
Correct.
But a lot of people are kind of wondering now, the fact that you're doing more of this sort of share world experience, and you said, hey, you can play solo, but a lot of people were asking me, it's like, can I play offline?
You cannot.
Okay, stop right there. We all knew it was coming, but that is seriously just not a good way to go about a Fallout game. I understand they're trying to do something different here, but like, come on, man, why can't this be like Grand Theft Auto 5 or Halo, for example, where there's a very good offline mode, then have the option to go online and play with others? I'm wondering if they had to choose between one or the other due to funding or lack of resources or something. I don't know, not sure. Play it.
You will see, even if you're playing by yourself doing quests, you will see other players.
Okay.
And you can interact with them, or you can ignore them.
Come on, this is just getting worse. I swear, if I get killed by some jackass while trying to quest, I will seriously shut my game off.
Because there is a quest line.
I'm listening.
One of the main things that I saw feedback was when we say there are no NPCs.
Okay, so there's a quest line, but with no NPCs. Right. I'm not sure how that will work or how I feel about it, but continue, Mr. Howard.
Okay, so that's one of the big differences that we really leaned on, which is every character you see is a real person.
Yeah.
But there are still robots and terminals and holotapes. If you see a lot of the quests we do in Fallout 4 that are kind of this found world quest thing, we still do all of that.
Okay.
But then, so if you sort of picture doing those quests or you watch someone play Fallout 4, it's like that. But then, as opposed to running into a gang of raiders, those are real players.
That, I swear, will be so annoying if I have to partake in PvP to advance through the storyline. That is like the total opposite of what I wanted to hear.
So there's always PvP, like you can never, it's all...
Well, first of all, I'd say we're still dialing that.
Okay.
We don't want it to be griefy, but we want to have some drama there.
Okay.
So there is a way that you can decide to do PvP, and we are currently balancing kind of the incentives for someone who wants to be very aggressive to people and those who want to ignore it.
Yeah.
And that really comes down to, the in-game incentives and then also the social incentives. But I would say we don't want it to be griefy in any way, and we'll dial it in so people can say, look, I don't want to deal with that.
So you can pick. It's like I don't want PvP.
Well,
you want a little bit of a little fear, I guess. It sounds
we want a little bit of drama there without without them ruining your game.
Alright, so it seems to me that there will be no way to not participate in PvP. He seemed pretty hesitant to say anything there, but I really think that's where he's getting at with this. I'm not sure how they're going to make a game not griefy yet still PvP. Like, I'm not really sure if that's even possible, but hey, if they say they can do it, I guess I believe them, but it better work.
Okay. All right, fair enough. A lot of people are wondering, VATS obviously in an online environment. How is that going to be accomplished?
Still there.
Okay,
it's real time.
So it's real time back.
Yeah.
Okay. Not slowing time, really?
Well, it doesn't slow time.
Right, yeah.
But it lets you target and pick parts and all of that, but it's in real time. It still works great.
Yep.
It's different, obviously, because it's real time.
Yeah.
But the basics of it, which are, well, I'm not that good of a Twitch shooter.
Yep.
You see some other games. What's a good reference point? I won't even mention it. People will dig into it too much.
Right.
But you can kind of picture how it works. Like, I'm not as good at lining up someone and getting a headshot, but I've made my character good at VATS. Oh, and now I can do that.
So VATS is in, sort of. I think I get what he's saying. What I think he's saying is that it will still be an auto-targeting system, but it will be in live time. So obviously you're going to have to get pretty good at popping in and out of VATS pretty quickly to target a specific part of the body. But then once you do, I think it will be like normal VATS and just start shooting at the guy. But the problem is I feel like VATS might put you at a big disadvantage in this game. I don't really feel like it will be efficient enough. Like, it's not like they're NPCs in slow motion anymore. These are real people in real time, so they will just get behind cover much quicker and more efficiently. I'm not convinced that it will even be worth using.
Okay. Do you see this as sort of, a game as a service where there's going to be content, there's going to be endgame raids? I mean, is it like, are you treating it like this, where it's sort of going to continue to evolve over time?
Absolutely. With this, there's so much in it. That's the other thing. We always do too much stuff, and there's so much in this game that once we find out, here's what the players like, or here's what they're missing and they want, since we've built a system, our plan is to be adding into the game constantly, tweaking it, and have that long-term interaction with all of our fans.
Now, the fans, I think, want to know about mods in an online environment. You know,
Sure.
It's such a huge part of, you know, your games over the years, BGS. How are you going to treat the idea of mods or user content in this environment?
We love mods.
Damn right.
Yeah.
And so we are 100% committed to doing that in 76 as well.
Okay.
We will not be able to do that at launch, though.
Yep.
You know, our goal for launch, this is really new for us, is have a well-running, robust service, and then some period later, we're currently still designing what that service looks like. You'll be able to have your own private world and be able to mod it and do all of that. We think with our games, that's where like the long-term life of them really is.
Yeah.
That is trickier when you get into an online world, but we're definitely committed to that, just won't be at launch.
Okay, well, I think there are some positive things to take from that statement. It seems as though we will eventually be able to have a private lobby, which is a massive relief to me. I'm not sure how it's going to work, but as long as it's really a feature, I'll be pretty content. And it also seems that he's pretty understanding of the impact that mods make, so I'm glad he is recognizing that and trying to figure out a way to get them in. I'm not too worried about getting them at launch, but as long as there will be support at some point, I'm in. And it's also pretty nice that they seem genuinely interested in making sure the game that they release will work properly. So as long as mods come at some point, which apparently they will, I will be pretty happy.
All right, now it's a big anniversary for Fallout this year as well. Fallout 3 anniversary. You guys gonna celebrate in any way?
The Fallout anniversary? Yeah. Like a remaster? Is that what you're...
Yeah, so fans want something?
We aren't right now, but you can play Fallout 3 actually on Xbox One. It plays in 4K. It's amazing. So it's still there. You can still experience it.
Yeah, no surprises there. Maybe one day. One can dream, I guess. So the rest of the interview isn't really important in terms of Fallout 76 stuff. So what did we learn here? Number one, there is no offline, which could be disastrous, but there is going to be some sort of private lobby feature eventually, which is better than nothing. So at least for a while, we will still see people when playing alone, and more than likely still be able to be killed by them even when questing. I just hope they enable some sort of passive mode like they did in Grand Theft Auto, because I think no matter how hard you try to make a game not griefy, it will still be griefy, but if they say they can do it. Number two, there is a storyline, but there's no NPCs. That doesn't really sit right with me. I'm not really sure how you have a storyline without NPCs. I mean, you certainly could, I guess, but I'm not sure how good it can really be. Like, half of a storyline is about the NPCs who are involved in it, so I don't know. Third, mods will be supported, but not at launch. This to me is important. I'm glad he said this, especially with the private lobby thing. If the lobby is private, I think modding will still be the same it is today, because that means you no longer have to compensate for multiplayer. I think it will be something like, okay, mods are active, you can play with them, but they won't level your online character up and you will have to play in a private lobby or something, and honestly, that is perfect to me. Fourth, private servers will happen, at least that's what I got out of it. And fifth, no remasters anytime soon. Yeah, like I said, kinda saw that one coming. So I think this interview was an overall positive. We learned a bunch and gained some knowledge on how the game will work a little more. I can't say that I'm totally satisfied, but overall I'm feeling pretty optimistic and I'm pretty excited to see what this game has in store. So that will do it for the video. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and let me know in the comments about what you think about all of this. Are you satisfied with what we learned today? Catch you next time. Thanks for watching.